Hey, gobble, gobble. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's Dr. McLean, Vital Energy Chiropractic. And it's always a great time to do this, but this is a great time of year to really give thanks and be grateful. And this is something that I learned years ago that's really changed my life, is to live, it's going to sound cheesy, but to live in an attitude of gratitude. I'm not perfect about this, but it's really gotten improved for me. And this happened, I started reading the science on this. If you look at the research, it's amazing how much being in a state of gratitude, being thankful for things in our life, good and bad, can really not only change our health, but can change the results in our life, okay? So if you focus on the negative things, you're gonna find that those things continue to repeat in your life. So we have something in our brain called the reticular activating system. And it's kind of like the Google search engine of our brain, because we have so much information coming into our brain, not just what we think about, but lights, air conditioner, heat, cold, there's all these things going on, millions of things that are coming into our awareness, but we can only consciously focus on a small percentage of those things. So for example, if the air conditioner is running in the background, you can hear that, but you don't really need to consciously know that. That's probably not an important thing in your life. So your brain's gonna probably tune that out, and it's gonna focus on things that are more important. But the cool thing is, you can choose what's important to you. You can choose what to focus on. So in other words, if you're driving to work in the morning, you get cut off in traffic, and then the rest of the day, you've got some amazing things going on. The other day, I was going to the drive-through coffee shop, and somebody bought me coffee. It was amazing. So you could have all these great things happen to you, but if you're focused on the fact that you got cut off in traffic in the morning, that you're talking about that all day long and complaining to your friends, that's going to be your reality. And you're going to continue to look for negative things versus looking for the good things. And the best thing you can do, I believe, is to really have gratitude for the setbacks in your life, for the things that seem like they're challenges. I remember it's been almost 5 years ago now that I fell on the ice and I broke my hip. And it was the shock of my life, because I was in such a great health and great physical health. And I was like, how could this happen to me? And I felt like there was a reason for that. And fortunately, I'd learned some of these lessons up to this point. So the whole time through the process of being on crutches, going through surgery, being on a walker temporarily, which was really makes you feel old when you're using a walker, I kept asking myself, what's the opportunity here? I wanted to know why it happened, because I felt like it wasn't just a physical event. There was something more there. What's the opportunity? What's the opportunity? And that helped me focus on the bigger picture. This is a temporary state that I'm in. There's something bigger here. There's a bigger purpose. Also, what's called the contrast principle. It's like, yeah, it stunk being kind of on crutches and going through all this pain and being physically immobilized and not being able to walk normal for a long period of time. But I thought, well, there's people in a lot worse shape than I am. I would much rather be here in my home recovering than being in a war zone, being shot at, or being in danger, being bombed. And it doesn't mean to just say, hey, things are always going to be, could always be worse, but to put things in reality. I try to remind my wife this all the time, remind myself all this time, like things that seem like there may be a crisis, like, hey, let's take a step back. This is probably a first world problem, meaning our kids aren't in the hospital, our house didn't burn down. Really, this is not a huge deal. We're going to get through this. So if you can start to have that attitude, I'm telling you, you'll see these things as opportunities and you'll grow from these things rather than trying to just get through it. You're going to go, hey, what's the lesson here? And then what happens is the next time you go through, it's going to seem much easier. So imagine that you go to climb a little mountain, and it's like, it's really hard work. It's really hard work. And then you climb, the next day you climb one that's similar height, and then you go a little bit higher mountain, a little bit higher mountain. It's harder and harder, but then you go back to that smaller mountain, and that one's going to seem easy. So when you go through these setbacks in life, you're going to learn from what's going on, and then the next challenge comes up, it's going to seem much easier. So some things that I do is in the morning when I wake up, I go through at least 3 things that I'm grateful for. And a lot of times it's something simple like running water. Think how awesome our life is, the fact that we can just turn on a tap and there's running water. That's pretty amazing. Or flip the switch and there's electricity. That's pretty awesome. And we take those things for granted. The fact that I can physically walk, I'm very thankful for that after going through the process of breaking my hip. That I can walk normally, I can run, I can do all the things I could do before. I'm very thankful for that. So be thankful for the things. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have challenges. There may be some challenging things in your life. We're going to go through challenging times. That's okay. But the more you can be grateful for those things, it's going to bring about more things to be grateful for, and it's going to change your health. The last thing I would say with that is to, especially if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like you're a tough spot in your life, look for somebody to help. That could be through a financial donation. It could be helping somebody walk across the street, opening the door for somebody, anything. You see your neighbor shoveling, go out and help them shovel. When we serve others, it takes the focus off of us and going to help others, and that helps change our brain too, and it helps again also with that gratitude. And that really makes us happy when we can serve other people. So I hope that's helpful. It's really changed my life because I went through times where I was really mad and angry and mad at the world, mad at life, and not going through good times. And this has really changed things a lot for me. So I hope it helps you as well.